You're welcome.
Hi. I was really interested into the Gotham Knight DVD you guys had, and the way that there was like a bunch of different directors perceiving Batman through different ways. I was wondering if there was any plans for that for any of your other superheroes, or just more production of that kind of style.
Stay tuned.
That's about all we can say.
Thank you.
You got it, man. Next one up.
Just throwing this out there, we could really use, remember that history of the DC Universe they did back in '86?
Sure.
We could really use a new one.
I think we just collected it again. No, just what we're doing close to that. It's not exactly the history of DC Universe, you know, from the dawn of time to today's books. But we are doing DC Universe Legacies book. The Legacies book that we're putting out basically looks at 5 generations of superheroes, from the advent of the costume or the masked superhero in the 40s to present time, and we've been able to really isolate 5 different periods of time for DC Comics. And the first one up, we have Andy Kubert, inked by Joe Kubert, doing the generation of the Mystery Men, which really takes you from the early 40s, from the first superhero to those McCarthy trials that basically drove the heroes away. Then we have the team of Garcia Lopez and Dave Gibbons, doing the advent of the Silver Age of the superhero, from the dawn of the first public superhero, Superman, up to the borders of Crisis on Infinite Earths. Then we have a guy that's pretty familiar with that next period, George Perez, doing the 3rd generation of heroes, which is the world post the Crisis on Infinite Earths. Then we have the 4th generation of superheroes, drawn by Dan Jurgens and Jerry Ordway, jumping into the world of the Zero Hour and everything that comes after that. And then for the 5th generation of superheroes, which takes us really through to Identity Crisis, will be Rags Morales. And this will all be written by Len Wein, with backup features by some of the best talent in the business. And I'm hoping that you enjoy it, because it's going to be coming out soon. Okay? You got it.
Also, we could really use Wonder Woman's Secret Origins, because her backstory is almost getting as bad as Donna's.
Yeah. Which one's Donna again?
Hi guys. I just wanted to...
No costume this year?
I'm sorry?
No costume this year?
Oh, no, it didn't fit in my suitcase. I'm sorry. San Diego though.
Okay.
I just wanted to say thank you for bringing back Birds of Prey. Thank you for bringing back Black Canary, Bill Simone, and Ed Venice. That's the combination that I fell in love with. And I think there was a really big hole that was missing in the DCU as far as, you know, women power and all that good stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Great. Thank you, Dan. So you like that book, I take it?
Alright, I kind of talked Jeff's ear off on the last one. So Dan, my favorite team of the DC Universe is the Outsiders. I have every appearance of them ever. And I actually really like your run so far, and I was kind of hoping you would back me up on something.
Sure.
A friend of mine, we got a debate the other night, and he said you can't. He said he doesn't like your interpretation of Geoforce. And
Is that your friend?
no.
He's got a new friend now.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You guys but I think I just reread Brad Meltzer's Will and Lack Estimate, and Deathstroke even says in that book that Geoforce is not going to be himself. Like, he's going to push people away. He's going to do. Am I right that's kind of the debate I said? I was like, oh no, he's just basing it off of what Brad said was going to happen to Geoforce.
Yeah, it actually does build off of the Geoforce story that Brad Meltzer did in Last Will and Testament. That's the start of it. There were other things that we revealed during the course of the series, but that's the start of it.
Gotcha. And so I love the book so far. And real quick to Jim, because I've been a fan of yours for many years. You've done some Green Lantern covers when Kyle Rayner was Green Lantern. You did Infinite Crisis variant covers. Is there any chance that we can see the next event book by these two gentlemen? Because I know you're very busy with your schedules, but I think that would be just a perfect match.
Draw Larf, please.
Dude. Yeah, I for one would support anything these two men work together on.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Hey guys, I have, I guess, some a little feedback regarding, some of the team books that's been coming out, because I feel like every year we're getting like JLA disassembled and new Rebirth Titans, and it's been going on for like a couple of years now. I feel like as a reader, it's like it's almost like being shuffled every which way, throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks, and it's getting a little, a little haphazard, I guess. Without saying anything about the quality of the books themselves, just like the structure of each team keeps.
First of all, I talk about Team Titans. When I launched Team Titans, Eddie McGinnis and I sat and talked a lot about the roster, and I knew the characters that I wanted to use when Dan first started reading the book, and I wanted to keep that team essentially the same for as long as I could on the book, because I agree with you. I think you need stability on team books because of the character relationships, like between Robin and Superboy and Beast Boy and Raven, those grow, but there will be some stability brought back to the Teen Titans in a really strong direction coming up very, very soon.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep. Trust me, Dan takes that one as personally as I do.
Yeah, I do. And the reason, and you gotta understand too, one of the things we want to do with everything we work on is that, we put out a lot of product, and the goal was to try to build the strongest franchise as possible, and we just seen how we can build Green Lantern into a major force of DC. And one of the things we're trying to do also is that we're looking at now making some changes with Superman and with Wonder Woman. We feel that it's important to address everything. You can't get them all at the same time, but it doesn't mean people aren't thinking of making it work. What we are trying to do, though, is not make random changes, which you're afraid of. But we want to go, next time we do a spin, we want to make sure that we have a real game plan that can be executed for an extended period of time. Okay? Thank you. You're going to say this backwards or no? No, you're not. Okay.
Not today.
Okay, just checking.
I'm just really glad to know that I'll be able to actually get my hands on the later on this year.
Move to 10. I think we're on the schedule right now. It's Zatanna #1 coming out from Paul Dini and Stefan Rue. I think we've already solicited the first two issues, as a matter of fact. And for us, this is a book that's been in the works for a while, and the only person we can ever see writing an ongoing book of Zatanna is probably Zatanna's biggest fan in Paul Dini, and we're really happy to have him on board.
And my next question is also, what can you tell us about Grant Morrison's Multiversity?
That it's going to come out. It's what it is. It's a 7-part series with an overarching story that touches upon Earth Prime, that deals directly with the fans themselves, and interacts with the reader, and visits multiple universes. Okay, does that help it?
This is the last question, unfortunately.
Last question.
Yeah.
Dan, you just mentioned how there's a conscious decision on DC's part to expand Green Lantern into one major force in the universe, which
Absolutely.
dovetails perfectly into my question. I was going to compliment you guys on doing that with both Green Lantern and now Flash. And also ask if there's any other characters who you see that similar potential where you're going to pay attention to next.
I think.
Yeah, the whole DCU, really.
Thanks.
No, hold on, you're the last guy. And I honestly thought someone would come up and bust my whatever about All-Star Batman and Robin. So I know you guys all go home and type on the message boards like, that makes bump biatch. I actually have some news. I have some news. And so All-Star Batman and Robin, I had met with Frank, and we basically decided, look, this book has been late for so long, and I want to apologize to all you guys who have been very patiently waiting for it. And he really realized that it's not really part of the All-Star universe. He's really written it as being part of the Dark Knight Returns universe, to the point where you see characters that, like the gal with the swastikas, and she's in Dark Knight Returns, and she's in All-Star Batman and Robin. So the first half of the story, chapter 1, is done, and chapter 2 will come out. We're putting a definite date on which it's going to release. It's going to be rebranded, renamed Dark Knight: Boy Wonder. And we're looking at February of 2011. And we actually have some art. And it'll come out 6 issues on a monthly basis. And so I think that's the cover of it. What's your name, by the way? Andre. A-N-D-R-E?
Yes.
All right. So I actually drew a sketch. I thought there was going to be a guy come up and bust my, my butt on it. I was going to give him a sketch and make him feel better.
Thank you.
You got the sketch, huh? And we just found out we ran out of time. I want to thank everybody for joining us here, and thanks for all the questions, folks, and thanks for all the support for over the years. It's been great to be working with everybody here.